Welcome, everybody, to the Hypnotic Sunday service. I am Evan Baumgardner, board certified hypnotist here in Seattle, Washington. And I am just trying to get Facebook to cooperate. If you're watching on there, welcome. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. Today, the holidays are upon us, and it's so weird because it really doesn't feel like mid November already. And I am not the biggest fan of holidays at all. Um, Jeez, there we go. Uh, Beauty of going live, right? The technical difficulties, but I'm not the biggest fan of holidays. And a lot of that is because the time of year when we have most of them. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. It's mid-November. Winter is coming. And then shortly after, there's Christmas, then New Year's. And it's just on and on. Like there isn't really a solid break through the winter. And that's cool because, holidays should be fun, but it's like the darkest time of the year. It's the weather is the worst. and and of course, like if you live far away from your family, travel is very expensive, and the holidays are expensive. You have to deal with the weather. You have to deal with not a lot of sunlight, and it adds up, and it just becomes a sort of depressing time of the year. I mean, once you're together with your family and everything, you can have fun with it and enjoy it. And I'm not saying that I don't enjoy the holidays, but it's everything around it that really drives me nuts. It's a stressful time when it should be a time of celebration, time of getting together and just appreciating the people nearest and dearest to you without all of this other shit that gets piled on it. And, of course, there has been a ton of economic uncertainty in this country and throughout the world, really for the last couple years at least. And that always brings an additional amount of stress to the holidays. And it's easy for us to lose a lot of focus on things, on our goals, on what matters to us because we get so caught up with that stress. Whether that's work stress, trying to get everything done before the end of the year, taxes, getting ready for that, just all of the end of year stuff, all of the holiday stuff, everything just kind of in this 2-month crunch time when the weather is the worst and everything is just kind of more expensive. And a lot of people will put their self-care off as a result and just try to push through it. But it's not really good, It's like, wouldn't you rather enjoy the holidays? And everything that comes with it, even though like circumstances around it might not be ideal, just to feel a little less stress and to build momentum as we head into the new year for all the new goals you have coming, or the goals that you're working on completing by the end of the year, taking that into it, starting things off right. And what I really want to do is help you accomplish that. And I want to help myself accomplish that too. And hypnosis is a great way of doing that, of being able to handle stressful situations that otherwise, might have felt too much, or maybe you were dreading. Hypnosis will allow us to change our perspective on that. And things that bothered us don't have to bother us as much. Our reactions to the things that bother us can change. Our self-talk around the holidays can change. Around stress can change. We can change all of that with hypnosis. And it just makes life better. It makes it easier. It doesn't necessarily, can't take away external circumstances. That's external, but it helps us control what's going on up here. It helps us control how we react to and face all the shit out here. So we can go into it with courage, with love, and enjoy life and unleash our potential, instead of bottling it up, instead of listening to that voice that says I can't. Start listening to the one that says I am, I'm doing, I can. I got into hypnosis because of my own issues with anxiety after I had Bell's palsy. I became agoraphobic. And hypnosis helped bring me out of that. And I'm thankful. I am so thankful for that, because not only was I able to take my life back, but I was able to reframe things like holiday travel, things like the stress of the expense of the holidays, and let go of that and enjoy it. And now I honestly, I like the holidays more than I ever have before in my life. It's still stressful. It's still, the holidays are probably more stress condensed into a 2-month period than any other time of the year for me. But it doesn't bother me. And I still enjoy it. I get to enjoy it despite the stress. And that stress isn't as stressful anymore, because I have the tools to handle it. And we all have those tools. It's all up here. So when I became a hypnotist, the idea was, I have a skill set. I am good at what I do. And if I can use that to help people not have to go through what I went through, to find my way out of anxiety, out of that feeling of paralysis that I couldn't change, then I'm going to do it. And I absolutely love my job. I love seeing the changes that happen with my clients. And I will ask them, I'm like, can you tell how much I love my job when I'm talking about it? Because I will just go on and on. And I would do this for free if money wasn't a thing in the world. You know, I'm running a business and we all have bills to pay, and we all have to deal with the holiday expenses. But what can I do to help more people? And, you know, that maybe can't afford my services normally. And that's why I'm deciding this year I'm running a Black Friday promotion. And this is something I've never really done before because I don't like the idea of hypnotherapy as a commodity, you know, as something that you're going to get a discount on, like buying a TV on Black Friday. It's not like that. It's your mental health. It's your mental wellness. And when you're dealing with anxiety or whatever issues, like quitting smoking or something, it's literally your life. You know, so I don't like that idea of like, oh, this is something that we discount. So I typically don't do that. And I don't talk about my prices because I'm not cheap, because I am damn good at what I do. And but I want more people to experience this, and I want to ease people's minds in these uncertain times, really, when everybody is worried about what's going to come. So I am offering an insane Black Friday deal for the first time, maybe the last time, I don't know. But if you want to make changes, and this is going to apply to a lot of things, this will change your life. 5 sessions, my standard 5-session package for $500. $100 a session, essentially. This normally costs $1,700. So this is one hell of a Black Friday deal, especially if you've been struggling with anxiety, if you're dreading the holidays, if that's uncomfortable, if you don't like traveling, whatever the issue is, now's the time to change it. Because I don't know that I'm ever going to do this again. I don't think these prices will be the same. And I hate saying that, because there shouldn't be a price on changing your life. But if you can save a few dollars, dude, why not? You know, and prices and everything when it comes to choosing a hypnotherapist. And also, like, it's more important that you connect with them and that there's a rapport where you like their style, their way of being. That's going to get you the most changes. So if you like what I have to say and you want to change your life somehow, Go to EBHypno.com, book a call with me, take advantage of this Black Friday deal. Say, hey, I want the Black Friday deal and I want to work on this. And we will do that. And you will feel amazing after. But it's not just 5 sessions that this deal is going to include. Because, the thing with the holidays is we got Thanksgiving coming up. Then we've got Christmas. And then right after Christmas, we've got New Year's. And New Year's is a fun time, right? That honestly, it used to be my favorite holiday. Now my favorite holiday is the 4th of July because it's in the summer. But New Year's still holds a special place in my heart because that's, we're resetting the calendar. Boom, it's starting. Having goals, achieving goals, being solution focused, and going from point A to point B, carrying that momentum, that is a huge part of what I do. That is something about this work that I absolutely love working with people on. And we put a lot of emphasis on New Year's resolutions. And the thing with that is we'll burn willpower because we'll make New Year's resolutions and we'll be excited about it, but our subconscious isn't necessarily on board with what we want to do. And I mean, that's a struggle. That's what we do with hypnosis, is help get our subconscious on board with changes that we want to make. And, with goals, there's a lot that goes into making that happen. So if it's like, oh, I'm gonna get up at 6 a.m., I'm gonna hit the gym at 6 a.m. every day. And I'm gonna start that January 2nd. And you do that and you're good for 2 weeks. But then everybody tends to drop off between January 17th and February 19th because they run out of willpower. Life gets in the way. It's winter. It's the time when everybody gets sick because the weather is awful. It's dark. So maybe you oversleep. Something throws you off of that routine before it's really solidified in the subconscious. And then we don't get back to it. Then the message the subconscious gets, especially if it's something that we've tried before and failed at, is, I don't like this. This doesn't work. I'm not going to do it. This doesn't feel good. I'm going to move away from it and not try it again. 2 things embed an idea in our subconscious mind: repetition and emotion. So whatever we're feeling about it, especially if it's something we've tried a couple times to do and we don't succeed. I don't want to say fail. I'll say we don't succeed at first. Then our subconscious recognizes the displeasure and everything that it does for us. Our best and our worst impulses have a perceived benefit to it. So it's going to automatically try to move us away from the thing that causes us discomfort. And that's why, like with anxiety, it'll be hard to go face something, hard to confront it. Well, it's fight, flight, freeze. That's activating. So it wants to move us away from the things that will activate that. So when that happened to me, it was, oh, okay, well, you're uncomfortable being out in public with half of your face working. Yeah. Well, I'm going to shut down so you don't do that. I'm going to activate this response when you do try to go back out into the world, when you do try to live your life, that's going to keep you from doing that. So you're not experiencing that self consciousness. And, so because of that, that led to me becoming, excuse me, that led to me becoming agoraphobic. It wasn't, it was a protective mechanism. It had very harmful effects to my life, but my subconscious activating that response felt that it was helping me, felt that it was doing something that on a certain level would benefit me. It always wants to move us away from discomfort, even if the thing that makes us uncomfortable is better for us. With hypnosis, we get to change that response. So when it comes to our goals and, New Year's resolutions, things like that, we want to feel good about the thing that we're doing. We want to have the subconscious on board. We don't want it to feel like work. We don't want it to feel like a chore, like it's something we have to do. Because if it does, subconsciously, it's going to try to find every excuse in the book to move us away from that. Oh, you don't feel too hot today. Well, maybe skip the gym. And you give into that little voice. And it's like, well, you're still not 100%. Maybe skip it again. And then you fall out of that habit before it can even become a habit. And then you give up on your goals, on your New Year's resolutions. So with this, not only am I going to do the Black Friday deal, 5 sessions for $500. Again, you're saving $1,200 on that. But I'm going to include my Resolute goal setting program. With that, that's a $300 value on that. You will join me if you want live. We're going to go through some of the stuff starting in January, where I'm going to do this class on Zoom. And also the sessions can be done either in person if you're here in Seattle, or we can do them on Zoom, no matter where you are in the world. I work with international clients all the time, people from all over the country. And it's great on Zoom. You don't have to physically be here or in my office or anything, because the changes all happen in your head. So 5 sessions, 5 hypnosis sessions, $500. I guess 6 if you count a consultation session, if you do the Zoom call with me. So that's it. That's even better. Resolute goal setting. So that's worth $300. So you're saving $1,500 overall on this. And you will get the digital archive of Resolute goal setting too, and access to the live that I'm going to be doing in January, where I would like to have a whole group going so we can, all hold each other accountable for our goals. But I'll show you how to write your goals in a way that will put it directly into your subconscious, so your mind's more open to accepting it, and how you can start feeling good in your body about it, how to notice how you feel about your goals so you can actually reach them. And, I call it goal setting, but it's really about goal achieving. And to me, That's what hypnosis, that's what hypnotherapy is all about. It's about goal achieving. It's about taking control of our lives, about shaping our reality from what we perceive it to be on our worst days to what we perceive it to being on our best. And then keeping it there, setting that baseline so we're living in courage 80% of the time. So we're not just moving past things that bother us, or things that we struggle with, whether that's anxiety, whether that's getting rid of a habit, whether, like smoking, whether that's weight loss, or letting go of an old phobia, something like that. It's it's empowering us to know that we can go out and do whatever it is that we want, that we have the capability of doing that. And it feels amazing to know that and to wake up every day and know that you get to choose. You get to choose what you want this day to be like. Even if you're not feeling great, even if everything is against you, you get to choose and you get to decide how you can still make it the best day ever under whatever circumstances you find yourself in. And that's life changing, honestly. And and that's why I really don't like to talk about like pricing and all that, or treat this as a commodity, because how can you put a price on that? You know, how can you put a price on that freedom that you get when those things that held you back are no longer there? I know what I paid the hypnotist I went to help with my anxiety. And considering how much I was able to transform my life, and not just, getting control of my anxiety, but feeling even more in control, more confident, more powerful once I got it back than I ever did before. And to just keep building and building on that to the point where I'm like, this is so awesome. I want to help other people do the same thing. And making that my career, making that my business, and feeling fulfilled by doing this. I am grateful. I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to share everything I've learned with you, to help you change. Yeah, I go to bed every night smiling, knowing I get to do this. And it's fulfilling in a way I never imagined a job being able to do, being able to feel this good about what I do, and actually making a positive change in the world. So when I look back over, you know, the last decade of my continuing hypnosis journey, the 5 years I've been doing this as a board certified hypnotist and hypnosis trainer, and the 5 years before when I went to a hypnotist, I started studying self hypnosis, really learning everything I could about it. I would say that initial investment I made in myself, because the anxiety, was worth every penny. And I want you to feel that way too when you invest in yourself. And that's why I'm offering this Black Friday deal. I want to help as many people as possible before the end of the year. So don't wait. You say, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. If you really want change, if there's something that you want to do and you have that feeling of this has to change, I have to do something about it. I am not going to live my life in this fear anymore. I'm not going to live my life with this habit hanging over me anymore, controlling everything I do. Take charge, make a choice, do something. Call a hypnotist. I hope that's me. Go to EBHypno.com, but it doesn't matter because just do it. Just find a hypnotist that resonates with you and make that change. Make it happen, because we have every day to do that. And there's no time like the present. And like I said, we have the holidays, we have New Year's coming up. Go out, end the year on a high note with less stress, with the momentum to carry forward into the new year and keep building on that. And that's what I want to do. That's what I'm trying to help people do with this sale, is to keep that momentum going and end the year on a high note. And because hypnosis, I'll make a joke that's like, oh yeah, we'll do our sessions and I hope I never see you again, at least for that issue. If there's another issue, please, but not for that one, because I want to resolve it. I'm results focused. I'm solution oriented when it comes to this. And this is an opportunity that I have to help people long term, or longer term than normal. We're going to have our sessions, but then combine that with resolute goal setting, getting the momentum going through so you can accomplish anything that you want. And I get to be there to help you along the way and give you that support. Because this isn't just like a one and done thing, I'm there for you every step of the way, because your success is my success. I want you to succeed. And I know what it's like to have anxiety. I touched on this in the past, where it's always like the first steps, they're the hardest to take, especially when it comes to anxiety or, to a habit. Even smoking is like this too, because even if it's something that we know we need to change, that we really want to change, that's having a negative impact on our lives, that doesn't feel good, like anxiety doesn't feel good. But there's that part of it that does, and it's difficult to admit that as miserable as we can be when we're in the thick of it, there's still something comforting about it, about that resignation. And that's because we're stepping away from the tension instead of pushing through it, instead of embracing it and going beyond it, so we can start to learn to handle more and more. And that's the toughest thing about changing whatever it is that we want to change, is making those first steps. And not just making those first steps, but setting ourselves up for success, so we don't get discouraged and stop and go back to those old destructive patterns the first time we hit a bump in the road. And that's what I teach my clients. And that's what you'll learn working with me, and then in the Resolute Goal Setting program. So this is just for a limited time. Again, Black Friday sale. It starts now. If you're watching this, don't wait. Go to EBHypno.com and let's get started right now. Let's get you in there so you can finish out the year strong and start 2025 even stronger, and make it the best year ever, no matter what's going on around you. But feeling that inside, feeling how good that is, feeling that empowerment that you're going to get, is amazing. And this is an amazing offer I'm making. It's kind of shocking, and I'm doing it, but I want you to succeed. And I don't care if you work with me or not. I want you to succeed. I might not be the best for you. Find somebody else, but try hypnosis. Give it a try. And start changing your life. That's what really matters. So, thanks for watching, everybody. And remember, go to EBHypno.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And till next time, be seeing you.